the crowdfunding, just for those listening that might not know what it is or how it works and how it operates?
Yeah, so crowdfunding, when I was getting into this business, was kind of this hot topic around. Now there's a new way to raise capital for this very capital intensive business, which is real estate. And so what it allowed was folks who were not accredited to be able to invest, and for people who have offerings, who are raising capital, that they could advertise those offerings, because that's a big restriction that the government has in place, is you being able to publicly advertise them.
Right.
Online, on social media, on Google, YouTube, and so what crowdfunding allows was, yeah, you can publicly disseminate your offering, because it's not only available to accredited investors, but it's open to everyone. And that's why the government restricts the advertising, because most people can't invest in these offerings, so they don't want them in people's faces.
Right.
So you have to do your advertising just to accredited investors. So with crowdfunding, it was like, hey, let's do some cool content, let's share this, and it's a new way to raise capital. And maybe you have 300-400 investors, but they all put in 5-10 grand, and that's how you raise capital. So that was kind of the idea originally. And there were companies like Realty Mogul, Realty Shares, CrowdStreet, that a bunch of them had created these platforms, which would essentially, if you were a developer, real estate developer, you could put your offering online, and then they would crowdfund for you and raise a couple $1 million for you, or whatever. And that was the idea.
Okay.
So here we are in 2025 today, and what I can say about crowdfunding is it is still out there, but it never became what people thought
it was going to be. Okay.
At the end of the day, and this is my commentary, at the end of the day, for someone to write a check, whether it be $1,000 or $100,000, is a big deal for them. And there's a lot of work and education that has to take place. And so if you're going to go try to raise a lot of capital in our business, and you want to buy bigger buildings, it just gets really hard to do that with smaller checks. You have to start getting larger checks. And so it still exists. A few of those companies, they don't exist anymore. There's, for us, we've kind of evolved where we do still do crowdfunding, but we've also evolved beyond it. If you're an Arizona resident, Arizona has a law that is an intrastate law, which is only available to deals in Arizona. All your investors have to be in Arizona. Your banking has to be done in Arizona.
Okay.
But if you do that, you can raise money from non-accredited investors. They can invest up to $10,000 on a deal, and it's a really simple process.
Wow.
And we do that on all of our deals. We raise $1 million, couple $1 million from Arizona residents up to $10,000. To raise money nationally from non-accredited investors is really complicated. Without getting into it, you have to go through this portal system. The portals have to be approved. You have to pay all these fees, and it's hard to raise capital that way.
Okay.
So what's it called that you're doing here in Arizona?
It's called the Arizona Intrastate Crowdfunding Law. It was passed 2014.
Okay.
And
is there a maximum, like you can only raise $1 million or $10 million?
It started at $1 million, and then they ended up taking it up, revising the law 2 years later. It's $5 million now.
Great.
Okay.
And you can do every offering, and it can be open for 12 months, the offering. And then you can do a new offering the next year if you want to, but you can raise up to $5 million per offering.
Wow.